Okay, today we're going to talk about sitting. Sitting is the new smoking. Now that might sound like hyperbole, and it is. I don't know how the media came up with that idea, but sitting is only like a 40% increased risk in mortality, and smoking is like 240% increase in 358% increase in mortality. So that is definitely hyperbole, but I put it up there just to get people's attention. Now, sitting is harmful, and everybody is doing it. So what I recommend to people, if you look at this graph, the total sitting time that becomes harmful is when you exceed 8 hours per day. And what I recommend to people is to get a standing desk. And inevitably, everybody in San Francisco already has a standing desk. So it's not a question of having a standing desk, it's a question of actually using it. So I show this statistic, people are like really impressed. Oh, by the way, the reason why sitting is bad for you is because it screws up your cholesterol levels as well as promotes insulin resistance. Insulin resistance and cholesterol are the two most important labs that we have in the health score. So you can directly affect the two most important labs in our instrument by not sitting. So that's the reason. So when I tell people they should stop sitting so much and find out that they actually do have a standing desk, I tell them the way to go about this is not to come back from my appointment with them, sit down at their desk job, and say, I'm going to start standing. Because the battle has already been lost. If your default remains sitting, and now you just have this resolution or you want to rely on your willpower to stand, it's not going to work. It's going to work as long as you remember the visit, which will be about a week. The point is that the best thing someone could do when they get this advice is not go back to their office and sit, but to go back to their office, move their computer or their workstation to a standing position, and then break the lever on their sit-stand function desk so they have more effort to sit than it takes to stand. So I don't always feel like invigorated to stand every day, but I don't rely on willpower. I create the default in my office of being standing. So I come to work without even thinking about it, I'm standing. It takes a conscious effort for me to unplug my laptop and sit. And that's the strategy that has been working for most people, to make your new default standing. And this goes back to this concept from this book, Nudge, where the right choice, in this case it's standing, is the easy choice. You make your default option standing.